Okay. So to start the practical number 3, I will be showing you two tables, same account and loan, and you need to tell me what are the problems with that table. And when you are finding the problems, you need to keep some real life scenario. You need to keep you are a bank employee and this is the table with you, what will be the problem, right? So these are the two tables. One is account, second one is loan. First, don't concentrate on loan, concentrate only on account and tell me what are the problems. Okay, you might have seen the tables. Now tell me the problems. First one is account number is repeated, data are missing, account number and name is repeated, same data repeat, city is blank. Okay. So is it possible in real life? Is it possible in real life? No. But up till now, the tables which you have created, you can do this, right? Because in the table, we have not kept any restriction. You may try also by inserting the data. If you insert same account number, same detail two times, same row two times, they will allow. If you want to keep city blank, it will allow. If you want to keep name blank, it will allow. Everything it will allow because in our table we have not kept any constraint, that means rule. So in real life, when you are creating any database, your table should follow some rules and regulations. If you are trying to, you can say, violate that rules and regulations, then it should not be allowed. So these are our, let me here some, for example, data entry operator, he or she forget to enter the name. In insert query, name is blank. So right now the tables which have you have created in lab 1 and lab 2, it is allowed. The row will be inserted without name even, without city even. Here balance is 0. Is it okay? Balance can be 0. But what if bank will for some rule, balance should not be less than 500. So whenever you are opening a new account, minimum you should enter 500. And whenever you are making any transaction, if balance is going down below 500, it should not allow. But here also see, by default typing error, in place of NO, I have kept NA. So this is also not allowed. See, is it okay? A person, two person can have same name, same city, even same balance. But can two person have same account number? Answer is no. Two person cannot have same account number. The problem is, for example, if one person will come, close my account number is A005. Which account you will close? This or this? Because both the customers are different, but with the same name. If some customer will come, deposit 1 lakh rupee in my account, and if suppose this customer will come and you will deposit into this customer's account, then it will be a problem, right? So in real life, the tables which you have created will not work. You need to keep some rules, means constraint, so that when the constraint will be violated or if it is not followed, it will not allow you to insert or update or delete. If these rules are not being followed, then database will not. Otherwise, what is the difference between Excel? Excel you can do, but in DBMS, database management system, it should not allow. Like same account number should not allow. There are an example. Same, for example, you are student. Can two students have same enrollment number? No. GR number? No. Yes, some student can have same name, even same city. It is okay. But same enrollment number, same year, means same GR number, it is not possible. You should have something that you can uniquely identify the row, because see, columns are having name. This is column name, these columns are having names, so you can uniquely identify column. If I tell city, city is unique. If I tell balance, balance is unique. If I tell this is unique. A row is not having any name. So you can identify column, but how do you identify the row? Because to access an element, you need, for example, if I want to access this, I need row and column both. So this is row. Sorry, this is column. But what about this? So we need at least one column where the values are unique. Values are not getting repeated. So now in tutorial 3 or practical 3, we will be doing like this. Now practical 3 is bigger one, so we will divide it into the two parts. Part number 1 we will complete today, and in part number 2 we will be completing into the next laboratory. So today let me show you practical number 3. So create a table account, same. So the table you have already created, account table you have already created, right? So if you create same table, again it will give you error. So what you can do, either you can delete that table, it is fine. Or if you don't want to delete, if you want to keep it, you can rename it to temp underscore account or account one something. Rename query you already are knowing. So either you can rename it or you can delete it, whatever, because we are going to create the new table with the constraint now. Now let's see. First, our column is ACC underscore number, data type and size is same. But here constraints are mentioned in last column. So first constraint is primary key. I want account number to my primary key. Now key concept we have already discussed in the lecture. So in lecture we have discussed. So let's repeat over here. When you are nominating any column as primary key, it will have two attributes. First, the values will not be repeated. So in primary key, if account number is primary key, then any value will not give repeated. Means primary key, each and every value will be unique. And second, primary key, for any row, primary key will not a blank. It will not a blank value. Right? So this will not be allowed. Because if this is primary key, it should not be blank, or you can say null. So primary key is having two constraints. One, no value should get repeated. Second, null values are not allowed. Then second is name, varchar to not null. That means I cannot keep it blank. So this will not be allowed. I cannot keep this blank. City is also same. Not null. That means nulls are not allowed. This is not allowed here again. Then balance should always greater than or equal to 500. So this will not be allowed, this, because it is less than 500. And loan underscore taken, I want only two values, yes or no, which is in capital only. If I try to enter other values like this, for example, this, it is not allowed. If I even enter small yes, it will need not be allowed. These type of constraints, see, these are some basic constraints. So like that you can think of. One more thing I forgot. One more constraint, primary key in account number, first letter must start with A. Some bank may have this rule. My account number will start with A or 1 or 0, something like this. So see, if I enter account number B006, this will not be allowed. Even small a will not be allowed, like this. So understood the constraint, everyone? I will create the table, but with all these constraint. Everyone, any doubt up till now? So should I proceed with creation of table? Okay. So let me open the notepad and let me start with creating a table. So same query, create table account SCC underscores number is the column name, same, varchar2, size is 5. Up till now you all are knowing. Now if I want to nominate any key as primary key, then I need to write PRIMARYKEY. So now what it means, the account number is I am nominating as primary key. Now my second constraint is first letter start with A. So in SQL there is a clause called check constraint. There is a clause called check constraint. So how to use this check? I want to check what I need to check. I need to check my account underscores number. Like is also a keyword. My account underscores number should be like something like that into the single quote. It should start with A and then anything. In SQL, meaning of anything you need to represent via percentage sign. Over. What does it mean? Bracket over. My account number should be like A. It should start with A, then anything. This is means anything. If you want my account number should start with A, end with B, you can like this. Start with A, end with 0, you can start like this. It should start with anything, that means anything, and end with A, then something like this. Right? So my account number should start with A and percentage. This is first column. Next, name. varchar2, for example, 30. Constraint for name is not null. So just simple, you need to write not null. Very simple. This is very simple. Same for city. City data type is varchar2 20. It is also not null. So next is balance. It should be greater than 500. Balance number 10,2. Then check. Again check constraint. Whenever you want to check any condition, you need to put check constraint. Check what my balance should always be greater than or equal to 500. Very simple. Comma. Next is loan underscores taken. I want to check whether it should be yes or no, both. Then loan underscores taken varchar2 5. Check. What I need to check, my loan underscores taken is equal to either yes or loan underscores taken is equal to either no. Got the point? So this is okay. This is odds. Like that, you can put any constraint by check constraint. Now let me copy. Let me open Apex. Now yesterday in other lab, I have already created account table. So if I try to create, it will give me error. Let's see. Name is already used by existing objects. So first I need to delete account and loan both. So drop table loan, drop table account. So table dropped. Now I will create my new table, run. So table created. Same you can see with describe also. Sorry. EESC account. So our account number is primary key, and so primary key should not be null. So nullable, no. Nullable because we have kept not null constraint. So no. We have kept not null constraint. So no. Balance and loan underscore taken, we have not kept any constraint like null. We have kept other constraint, but nullable constraint we have not kept. So it is nullable. You can keep it blank. Even you can also keep null not null constraint over here also as you like. So my table is created now. Now let me check whether all the constraints are being followed or not. So first I will try to add original value or right value, then I will keep changing and I will try to enter wrong value. So I will check whether it is allowed or not. So insert into account values. First A001, name, for example, Krunal, city, for example, Rajkot, then balance, for example, 5,000, and loan underscore taken, for example, yes. Let me enter it, Control C, Control V. One row inserted because I have kept everything right. So if I try to enter same thing, same row second time, will it allow me or not? It will not allow me. Why? Why it will not allow? If I try to enter same row two times, why it will not allow? Primary key will not allow, exactly because primary key should be unique. So my primary key is A001. So if I try to enter same, it will not allow me. See, unique constraint violated because my primary key should be unique. Now let me check other constraints. For example, 2, and if I write B here, B, again it is not allowed. Control V. See, check constraint violated, it will not allow me. Right? So now if I will correct this, so now this account number is correct. Now I will keep it blank. Again, it will not allow me because I cannot keep it blank. It is not null constraint. Cannot insert null into name. See, right? So let me write some name and let me keep now city blank. Again, it should not allow me. Control C, Control V. Cannot insert null into city. Got it? Let me, for example, Ahmedabad. Now let me keep balance. Balance should not be greater than or equal to. The balance should always be greater than or equal to 500. Now let me keep it 50. check constraint violated, right? Because I have kept balance. Now let me keep it 500. Let me, for example, type in small yes, right? Small letters, yes. Again, it will give me error. Right? So I have checked each and every constraint. All the constraints are being followed. So now let me enter write data. Let me keep it no, and let me enter the data. Now it is inserted. Now if you just change account number, rest detail, if you want to keep as it is possible. Now account number is 003. I have kept the same. Run. Right. So now it is being followed. Let me show the value. Right. So these are the values and some constraint. Any doubt up till now to anyone? Then you can ask. Any queries, any doubts up till now? Primary key, check, not null. See, one DBMS case sensitive. Yes, values are case sensitive, keywords are not. Keyword. But keywords are not. Primary key keyword is used to specify primary key of the table. So column you want to nominate as a primary key, you need to write primary key. For example, if I want to keep name as my primary key, generally it is not possible. Name should not be primary key because two person can have same name. Then you need to write here primary key. So whatever column you want to specify primary key, you need to write primary key after that particular column definition. Okay, clear? Account and account are considered as different names? No, both are same. Again, I am telling table name, column name, keywords like create, into, values are not case sensitive, but values, whatever you are inserting into the table, that values are definitely case sensitive. Is it okay, Sagni? Okay. So now I will teach you the second concept, which is foreign key. In the lecture, I have told you that we will be looking this into the lab, what is foreign key and why we are using. Let me go to our Excel sheet. Now tell me, as far as real life scenario, now forget account. Now you see in the loan. Tell me what is the problem here. You need to consider real life scenario. What is the problem here? Anything you are finding, any problem? Let me open it again. Remaining loan in account number 007 is more than loan amount. Okay, good. I don't think is any problem. Two primary key. No. A table can have two primary key. Next we will see. We will call it as a composite key. But that will be a two primary key, or jointly they will act as a primary key. In weak entity set, I told you that when we were learning weak entity set, a table can have joint primary key. If there is one row which you cannot nominate as primary key, then you can have composite key where more than one column are participating in primary key. Yogaraj has to look at account table to know the details of customer who have taken the loan. Right now, this is also right. But see, when you are going to the bank for a loan, you must have account with that bank. If you don't have account with that bank, then you cannot have loan, because your installment will get deducted from that account. Now see, here what it is telling, loan number A004, customer is having account A007, but where is A007? Where is A007? You can find A007? No. So you imagine the situation, there is not any communication between account and loan department. A person will go to loan department and it will tell, sir, I want to take the loan and my account number is A007. Then I go, okay, fine, you take the loan. It should not be like this. So your loan should have some account number associated, then it should be here. So what I mean to say, this column and this column should be associated. Account number of account table and account number of loan should be associated, because A007, but account, there is not any account like A007. How a loan table can have that? There is a problem. So here is the concept of foreign key or reference key. Some people will tell it as reference key, or some people will tell as a foreign key. Now let me tell you the definition of foreign key. Definition of foreign key is, if you take any column in your table which is primary key of any table, then that key is foreign key. I am repeating. When you take primary key of the table, any table in your table, then that key is foreign key. So you are taking account number column in your loan table, which is primary key of account table. So this is foreign key for this. So loan number is the primary key, account number is the foreign key. So here this table is parent table, and this is child table, parent and child. Now what is benefit? What is benefit? Benefit number one, there are two benefits. Benefit number one, you cannot insert any value in your child table. Please listen it carefully. You cannot insert any value in your child table unless the value exists in parent table. If that value is there in the parent table, then and only then you can enter into your child table. That means if you try to enter A007, it will give you error. There is not any account like A007, so you cannot insert it. Benefit number one. Benefit number two, my one more question. Can I want to delete this? Now let me recolor it. I want to delete this row. Can I delete it? And if I delete it, what is the problem? I want to delete this row. I have colored in the purple. I want to delete it. If I want to delete it, can I? And if yes, then what will be the problem? I want to delete the, let me show you the table. No, sir, can't delete because the child will not be able to reference it. Okay, very good. You also have to delete from, that's it. What is the meaning? For example, customer Patel Ramesh is having one loan. This is the loan and he is having remaining amount. Now this customer will go to account section. I want to close my account. Please delete this. Now account section is not talking with the loan section. So if he or she will delete it, what will happen? Though he is having outstanding loan, these will get deleted. So this should not be allowed. So rule number 2, you cannot delete it from the parent table unless the entry find in the child table for that foreign key. I am repeating. You cannot delete from the parent table unless the entry is there for that particular foreign key in the child table. So these are the two things that you need to keep into the mind. Same rule, primary key, it cannot be null. It can be repeated, but it cannot be null. So two rules, you cannot insert in the child table unless the entry is not there in the parent table. You cannot delete from the parent table unless the entry is there in the child table. So got the concept of foreign key, everyone? What is parent and child relationship? I will show you practically also. We'll do it practically also, but first I want you to understand what is the foreign key concept. Got it? If you are taking any column of any table which is foreign key of particular table in your table, then that is a reference key or a foreign key. Rule: you cannot insert in the child table unless their entry is there into the parent table. Number 1. Number 2, you cannot delete from the parent table unless the entry is there in the child table. This is rule number 2. Rule number 3, it cannot be null. It cannot be null. So these are the 3 things. Now let me open the loan table. Now I will create loan table. Loan number, again primary key, and first letter starts with L. Here we are starting with A, it is starting with L because it is loan. Account number, it is a foreign key, references account number of account table, right? Because it is a foreign key and it is referencing which column? Account number table. Which table? Account table. This. Interest rate, not null. Interest loan amount, not null. Remaining loan, one more constraint. Remaining loan should always be less than loan amount. Obvious thing. Here there is a problem. Your loan amount is 5,000. Remaining is 10,000. How it is possible? It is not possible. So one more constraint you need to enter over here. Your remaining loan should be less than the loan amount. So I am creating the table again. Loan. Create table loan. Loan underscores number varchar 2 5. Primary key tag loan underscores number like now L star. Now second constraint is, sorry, foreign key. So SCC underscores number, varchar 2, 5. Then you need to write references, REFRENCES, references. Which table it is referencing? It is referencing account table. Which column it is referencing? SCC underscores number it is referencing. Simple. References, account table. So my this column, where this data type and this size, it is references, account table, and which column it is referencing? This. Next two are simple. Loan underscores amount, not null. Loan underscores amount, number is the data type, 10,2 is the size, and not null. And is interest rate. Interest underscores rate, number is the data type, 5,2. Sorry, I need to put a constraint, not null. Loan underscores date, date. Loan underscores date. Date is the data type. And remaining loan. Remaining loan. Data type is number. Size is 10,2. And constraint I need to put. So check. What is the constraint? Remaining loan says then loan amount. So remain underscores loan should be always less than loan underscores AMT. This is the table. So one more thing I want to clarify over here. Sometimes, I don't know, in some versions I have observed that, see, when you are writing check constraint, I am not taking about primary key constraint or not null constraint, check constraint. Whenever you are writing constraint, when you are defining the column, because I am writing account number here, I am defining column here, and when I am writing check constraint, it is a column level constraint, column level, because immediately after defining, I am writing the constraint. And when you are writing the check constraint at the end, for example, here my column definitions are over, here. Then I will keep all the check constraints. So this is first check constraint, and this check constraint also I will write end at the end. Then it is the table level constraint. So sometime in some Oracle versions, I have observed that it is allowed, sometime it is not allowed. When it is not allowed, when you are nominating foreign key. See, when it is primary key, it is allowed at the table level or at the column level. It's fine, no problem. But when you are nominating foreign key, at that time, all the check constraints should be at table level at the last. These are not allowed. Let me show you. If I try to create this, Control C, Control V. See, check constraint cannot reference other columns. So what I need to do, for example, here my columns are over. So I need to put a comma. This is first check constraint, comma. And I need to remove this check constraint from here. And I need to put my check constraint over here. In short, all the check constraints are after the column definitions are over. Now let me copy this. Control V. Table created. Now what I will show you, let me enter some simple value. Insert into loan values. L001. The name is for example Raj. No, second is I need to do account number A001. Then loan amount, for example, 5,000, 50,000. Interest rate is, for example, 5.9. Then date is, for example, 10-09-2002. And remaining loan, for example, 25,000. This is right data I am entering. So one row inserted. Fine. Now rest of the constraint I will not check. You know, right? If I don't put L over here, if I put null over here, not null and check constraint you are knowing now. So I'll not go into that detail. Now what I will do, I will test the foreign key constraint. For example, in your account table, let's see. Let me show you the data of account table. Select star from count. So A001, A002, A003. That means A004 is not there. So in your parent table, A004 is not there. Let me try to enter into the child table. So L002, second loan, and what I am keeping A004. So it will not allow me. Let's see. Integrity constraint violated, parent key not found. It will give you type of error also. Parent key not found. That means A004 is not entered in your account table. So it will not allow you. Now if I mark it 003, then it will allow because A003 is there in your account table. Let's see. See, it is allowed because A003 is there. So first rule we have demonstrated, you cannot enter in the child table unless that value is there into the parent table. Second rule, let's see. Now let me show you again account table. So A001, A002 and A003. Now we have just entered, there is a customer who's having loan A001. So entry is there in the child table. So I cannot delete it into the foreign table. I cannot delete it. Let's see. I will try to delete it from here. Delete from account where SCC underscore number is equal to A001. See. Integrity constraint violated, child record found. See, you cannot delete A001 as the entry is there into the table. So you cannot delete it. Got my point? Even you cannot delete table even. See. Let me try to delete table. Drop table account. See, unique primary key is table referenced by foreign keys. So you cannot delete not only row, even you cannot delete the entire table. So any doubt, any queries in primary key and foreign key? order Muhammad Asif Raja, order you can keep in any order. No need for, no, there is not any specific order. In any order you can keep. The check constraint, can you please explain? See, whenever you are taking a foreign key, whenever you are taking the foreign key, like in loan table we are taking foreign key, your check constraint, all the check constraint will come at last. Because here, for example, my last column is remaining underscore loan. So it is over now. And all my check constraint, this is my first check constraint, this is my second check constraint, all the check constraint will come at the last, but when you are taking foreign key. Here, no problem, because here you are not nominating any foreign key. So here you can have check constraint just after the column. Here, this is just after the column, but not here. Here I have kept all the check constraint at the last. Any doubt, anyone, for primary key, foreign key, or whatever we have done up till now? To anyone? Good. So now my turn is over. Now your turn. What you need to do today? So I have already created account and loan, and I will also send you the query. Let me send you. So this is query for table creation of account. And this is for loan. These are the two queries. So you need to create these two tables. Apart from this, installment, but with the reference key and all these things we have already done. And transaction table. So these four tables you need to create. Apart from this, what, for example, you have made the table without constraint. First, you have made the table without constraint. What if later on you want to add any constraint later on after making the table? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. So for that, for example, what we will do in the next lab, first we will create a table called student without any constraint. See, no constraint. Then we will add the constraint. For example, add primary key roll number. I want to nominate roll number as my primary key, but after creating my table. How? I will tell you. Add not null constraint to name, branch, and student table. So name and branch should be my not null. Add check constraint here. So I will add check constraint. Name should be a capital letter. So I will put check constraint over here. Drop primary key. For example, what after some time you want to delete I don't want to keep this column as my primary keys, then this. Drop the constraint. Right? So I will tell you how to add the constraint and how to delete the constraint. So one is student table and one is register table. So right now, today, what you do, you make the table without constraint up till this. So when we come into the next lab, I will directly start with this. So these four tables you need to make with constraint. These two tables, student and the registered, without constraint. I've already uploaded this practical 3 in your Google Classroom. So you can download it from there and then you can start performing the practical. And whenever you are having doubt, I am here online also. You can ask me any doubt, any queries. Thank you.